Hi, my name is Justin, aka Ghost Reader, and today I'm doing a tag video, and that's the Scribd Top 10 tag. I was tagged to do this by Shawn the Book Maniac. You can see his video down in the comment section below. He actually came up with this version of the top 10 tag, and basically you are supposed to look at your save list and give your last 10 saved books. I shot this video about like 4 times, and every single time I shot it, the save list has changed. So it's gonna be quite an interesting list of books that I have here. Well, let's go ahead and get into the list. So the first book I have on here is Arabasis, I think that's how you say it, by Xenophon. And basically Xenophon was a Greek historian and a soldier. Basically this book chronicles his time as a mercenary. He actually went to go help one of the Persian claimants of the throne, Cyrus, try to take the throne from the guy who was already on it. I think his name is Artaxerxes. And basically it goes badly, and Xenophon and his troop of mercenaries have to basically make their way back through hostile territory to get back home and try and make their way back to the Mediterranean coast. And this is what this story is all about. Reason why I picked this up in the next couple of books, I think the next 4 books actually. The reason why I picked these books is because I had a conversation with someone who had read a lot of classical literature, and I hadn't read any of them from Greek and Roman times. So I went ahead and saw if I could find them on Scribd, and I found some of them. Quality, we'll see, because quality may be a bit iffy, but we'll see. If I ever get my hands on a physical copy of these, that would be great as well. So the second book is Tacitus Histories. I forgot exactly what period this covers. I think this covers the year of the 4 generals, if I'm not mistaken, or I think so. If not, this is one of the histories written by Tacitus, which is also a very big Roman historian that we get a lot of information about Rome and some of the emperors that were emperors of Rome. And so I'll definitely be reading this at some point as well. And then the third book I have on my list is Histories by Herodotus. I actually have a physical copy. I had a physical copy of it right there. I took it. Oh, yeah, there it is. I actually have the physical copy of it, but since I'm spending a lot of time listening to audiobooks at work also, I may just listen to it there, or do both at the same time. So when I work, listen to it, and then like come home, and if I still feel like reading it, read it in this copy here. It's a Penguin Classes copy I picked up for school. So I took I took Greek political philosophy, but I didn't have this book for that one. I think I had this book for Greek civilization. So yeah, I'll be reading Histories by Herodotus, and basically he's called the father of history. He went around and tried to get history from people firsthand about different events that happened in ancient times. So that is what I'll be reading this for. And then the next book I have is the history of the Peloponnesian War. And this was written by Thucydides, who was a Athenian general, and basically this was a history of the conflict between Athena and the Delian League, I believe it was called, and against the Peloponnesian League. I think they were called the Peloponnesian League, but basically it was like Sparta and her allies versus like Athens and her allies, and they have this all-out war. And this is basically a history of that, how it came about. Thucydides himself was a general on the Athenian side. He later on got exiled for political reasons, and so I'll be reading this at some point. I'm not sure when, but it's on my save list. The next book on my save list is Miracle Creek by Angie Kim. I'm actually reading this for it should be sometime in May already, so I should have probably already started reading this. I'm reading this for the Asian Readathon. It's an audiobook, and also for the Discord book club. And basically this is about I believe it's a Korean American family who they have this miracle sub, and I forget exactly what it does, but it explodes. Some people get killed or hurt really badly. I believe it's killed. And it's basically the fallout from that, and a lot of things get uncovered that people want to keep hidden. So I'll be reading that as well. Number 6 on the list is Congo, the epic people of its history. And I didn't write down the author's name, but yeah, wait, I think I have. Yep, David Van Raybroek. And basically this one, and then the next book, I might as well go ahead and mention the next book too, which is the Congo from Leopold to Kabila, People's History by Georges Nagongola Natalaja. Oof, I need to get better saying names. But this is basically a history of the Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, or Zaire, as it was known at one point. And I'll be reading these two books. I think they're both like reads, so physical reads. Well, not physical reads, but they're books and not audiobooks. And basically, these two books basically cover the history of the Congo, and I'm kind of interested in that period, in that part of the world at the moment. I don't really know much about the Congo besides what I read in King Leopold's Ghost, which is a book which is actually right there, that I read last summer. So I'm gonna read a bit more of that history and a bit further on from that period. So I have one written by a outward observer, a European, and then one written by someone who's actually lived in the Congo. So I thought that would be really interesting reads. So that was 6 and 7. Number 8 is 1491, New Revelations of Americans Before Columbus by Charles C. Mann. And basically, so this talks about the Americas before the coming of Christopher Columbus, trying to dispel the myths that, America was like uncivilized, and that then, the Native Americans didn't do much with the land before Columbus got here, but that in fact there were some really advanced civilizations in the United States, and well, not just the United States, but in the Americas, North and South, as a whole. And that they had their own civilizations and had made their own advances, technological wise, socially, and that these civilizations were here and were thriving. Some were thriving, some were, of course, as all civilizations, some are thriving, some aren't. But they were on their own courses until the arrival of Christopher Columbus, and it kind of looks at that in deeper detail. The next book that I have is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones, and I picked this book up because I'm slowly getting into book prizes, and the Women's Book Prize is coming out. I think that's what it's called. I forget what it's called, but the Women's Book Prize is coming out soon, and this was on that list, and I heard some about it. Some people read it in the BookTube. From what I heard, there was mixed reviews about it. But I'm going to go ahead and maybe try my hand at it. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to get to it. Probably won't get to it before the prize is announced, because I found out it was announced June 3rd. But just kind of wanted to see what ends up on these short lists and stuff like that. I actually already read one, and that was Cersei. That book made the list, so we'll see. Number 9 is going to be that was number 9. Number 10 is 2666 by Robert Bolano. And I was reading this. I started reading this in March. I stopped reading it in April, and I'm probably going to try to finish it in this month of May, but I'm not sure if I'm actually going to get to it. We'll see where the story goes. If the story keeps my interest, which it kind of has, it's just that I don't know where the story is going, and that kind of has me so we'll see. But so that is my Scribd top 10 tag. At least I think I did 10. Hopefully I didn't miscount. But so if you have Scribd and you want to do this tag, please feel free to do so. Let me know down in the comment sections below what are your top 5 save books on Scribd. If you have Scribd but don't want to do the video tag, let me know down in the comment sections below. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe. You can find me on Twitter at GhostReach28 and also on Goodreads. The link to that is down in the description box below. And as always, keep reading.